everyone and welcome along to another RWA Productions, and today we are going to do our Sunderland content as always. Sunderland boss Tory Mowbray is concentrating on the big picture after back-to-back defeats. Yes, so what we done was we went down to Rotherham Stadium first last week on the Tuesday, and we got beat 2-1 at their ground. Rathbone and Ferguson scored the goals for Rotherham, and obviously Viggy put one back for us, Joe Gelhardt. Then we went down to Coventry on Saturday, then obviously Victor scored, and then what do you call him scored? Allen scored, and then Diallo scored, so that made it 2-1 to Coventry. So we've had 2-2-1 defeats this week. So Tory Mowbray has said this, 2 seconds, wait, I'll get it up. By the time I'm waiting for everyone, do you think Sunderland will get a playoff place this season? Put in the comments if you think yes, or put in the comments if you think no. So, this is what Tory Mowbray has to say. 2 seconds. Sunderland is still in the Championship playoffs race, despite dropping points in recent games. Tory Mowbray has taken Sunderland back-to-back defeats at Rotherham and Coventry in his stride, insisting such results as part of the parcel of life in the Championship. The Black Cats suffered two successive defeats, for only the second time in this season. Losing 2-1 at relegation struggle as Rotherham a week ago, then at the weekend by the same scoreline against the Sky Blues. Those results saw Sunderland drop of the playoff spots to 9th in the table at the weekend, slowing the momentum they had built up in the preceding weeks. But Mowbray was left frustrated by those results and wanted his side to get back on course when Stoke City visit Wearside this weekend. He's looking at the big picture, which still sees him Sunderland enjoying an excellent season on their return to the Championship. Let's have a look. Yes, if we have the determination. Yeah, exactly, Rosie. So he says we will probably go up and down over the 12 games next, says Mowbray. We can potentially lose 2 or 3 games, and we can potentially win 2 or 3 games. And we could drop towards mid-table and think, oh no, but we will win 2 on the bounce and get back up in the mix in the top 6. That's the league we are in. The real positive is that we are not scrambling around at the bottom, worrying that if we drop into the bottom 3, we have found a level of consistency that has allowed us to pick up points, and we have to try and continue that over the remainder of the season and see where that takes us. Without the pressure of we must win, in mind of the pressure is that we will impose ourselves on the opposition. We can play well and still find the team on a hot day, and their strikers take the few chances they get and we lose. Or we can go and play a little bit below par and still score 3 goals as we did out at the QPR the other week. It's football. It's the nature of the game that the result dictates everything. You were either great or you were terrible, but generally the reality is that you were somewhere in between. Those back-to-back defeats meant that Sunderland have picked up just a single point from their last 3 games, but they're still part of the pack chasing off to a playoff place with a dozen games to go. So, you've got this 12, 24, there's 36 points to play for. How many points out of 36 do you think we'll get? Put in the comments below, how many points do you think we'll get out of 36? Stick in the comment section. By the way, I'm going to talk of another statement about Alex Neil. So, Alex Neil's Sunderland return is irrelevant, says Tory Mowbray. What effect does Tory Mowbray believe of the return that Alex Neil will have a game on the host against Stoke? Tory Mowbray says Alex Neil returning to Sunderland this weekend with Stoke is irrelevant to anything that happens on the pitch. Neil was briefly loved by Sunderland support after a genuinely exciting 7 months spell that included a Wembley final and getting the Black Cats promoted from League One to the Championship. However, he walked out of the club in August to join Stoke before briefing the press. He did it because he wasn't backed and that created a lot of support animosity towards Neil. Animosity, sorry. Mowbray Road is unsure how big an effect is that will have on the game itself, which is expected to be an incredibly tough one for each side. I went back to Middlesbrough, went back to Blackburn, teams I spent a few years at. Mowbray said, I think for the individual for Alex, I'm not sure if he'll be looking forward to it, or there will be a bit of trepidation. I'm not sure. He'll just want his team to reflect on how he wants them to be. For us, we have our own targets and having lost a couple of games last week, and we need to get back to winning ways. I'm pretty sure it will be a good football match, a very intense football match, and I think the opposition manager on the other side, it's relevant to what really goes on the pitch, really, and we can find a way to come on top of it if we can. They will be very determined to pick up points. They are a very atrocious team. From what I've seen, they get the ball forward early. I think Stoke from the Toby Pulis days really have been a difficult, hard-working on this team. My mind is still like that, with Stoke being a little bit like that. A really difficult team to play against, the ball, getting the ball forward, putting in game, ask questions and run hard, sorry. The bits I've watched from them, we are not too far away from that and have a good athleticism, and I think it will be a difficult game for us. That's what Mowbray says. Rosie says we can still do this. I say we can get 24 points out of the 36. So that's 3, 6, 9, 8 games, 8 wins. Oh, that's not too bad. 8 wins. I think we can get 10 games. We'll see you later on the next live anyway, because I'm going to go. Take care. Bye for now.